Hello students, welcome back to session 3 on quantitative techniques 1. Let me have recap of session 2. In session 2 we discussed in detail sources of data, particularly primary source and secondary source. Even we concentrated on classification of data, that too types of classification. We know how to classify data based on location or place, based on time, based on quality which cannot be measured. So based on characteristics which can be measured. We studied it under 4 important categories or types of classification such as geographical classification, chronological classification, qualitative classification and even quantitative classification. At the end of session 2, I just explained you that what are the 2 elements that you should take care of or that you should know, particularly in quantitative classification. They are variable and frequency. So let me study in detail about variable and frequency, particularly in this session. So what is variable? Variable refers to characteristics that varies in magnitude or quantity. Means that characteristics of unit on which we are going to study something. So that characteristics of unit that varies in magnitude or quantity indicates variable. For example, you want to know weight of student. So weight varies from one student to another student. So that is variable. Try to understand. You want to know the marks. So marks varies. You want to know the height. Height varies. So that characteristics of an unit which varies in magnitude or quantity indicates variable. Did you get my point? So a variable may be discrete or continuous. So there are 2 types of variable. One is discrete variable, the other one is continuous variable. A discrete variable can take only certain specific value that are whole numbers. Try to understand. A variable which takes certain specific value is called as discrete variable. For example, if you want to know the number of children in a family, so it may be 2 or it may be 3 or it may be 5. Means it takes only certain specific value, or it may be 1 also, or it may be 0 also. Means number of children in a family takes certain specific value. So that is why this is called as discrete variable. Otherwise you want to know number of classroom in a school or in a college. So what is the number of classroom in a particular school? That indicates discrete variable. Maybe 2, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 20. Means it takes a specific value. That variable which takes only certain specific value is called as discrete variable. What is continuous variable? A continuous variable can take any numerical value within a specific interval. For example, if there are 10 students, assume that if the average weight of 10 students in a class is in between 60 to 80 kgs, so then that is called as continuous variable. Means it will not take only certain specific value. That variable which take any numerical value within a specific interval. So means from 60 to 80 kgs, how many students are there, you want to know. So that variable is known as continuous variable. Try to understand. So from 130 centimeters to 180 centimeters, how many students are there in terms of their height? Try to understand. That indicates continuous variable. So variable refers to characteristics that varies in magnitude or quantity. It may be discrete or it may be continuous. If variable take only certain specific value, that is called as discrete variable. If variable take any numerical value within a specific interval, that constitute what variable? Continuous variable. Try to understand. You have to know this concept variable. You should understand it first. Unless otherwise you know it, you cannot solve any problem, because we are going to solve problem on arithmetic mean, problem on other measures of central tendency. So where you will come across data with regard to discrete variable, data with regard to continuous variable. That's why you should understand the concept discrete variable and continuous variable first. So let me see what is frequency. Frequency refers to number of times each variable gets repeated. So what is the number of times each variable get repeated constitute frequency. For example, assume that. So wait here, try to understand. 40 to 50, how many students are there? 50 students are there. 50 to 60, how many students are there? 200 students are there. So this 50, this 200 indicates frequency. Did you get my point? So what is frequency? Frequency refers to number of time each variable get remitted. So from 40 to 50, try to understand, means there are 50 students who fall or who is having weight of 60 kgs or who is having weight of 40 to 50 kgs. So that indicates frequency. Did you get my point? So what is frequency distribution? If you know frequency, now we should know frequency distribution. The organization of raw data in table form using classes and frequency indicates frequency distribution. So when you organize collected data in table form using classes and frequency, that indicates frequency distribution. Frequency distribution refers to data classified on the basis of some variable that can be measured, such as prices, weight, height, wages, etc. Try to understand. So when you classify data on the basis of some variable which can be measured, particularly which variable can be measured? Quantitative variable, not qualitative variable. So frequency distribution refers to classifying the data on the basis of some variable that can be measured, such as prices, weight, height, wages, etc. or income, profit, all those things. So that is nothing but frequency distribution. So when you come across the concept frequency distribution, you should understand there are certain technical terms associated with frequency distribution. So what are all such technical terms? The first one is class interval, the next one is class limit, next one is class frequency, next one is class width, and the last one is mid value of class interval. So let me see what exactly class interval. The whole range of variable values is classified in some group in the form of interval. Each interval is called as class interval. So the range of variable values are classified in some groups in the form of interval, that each interval is nothing but class interval. So let me go to this. See, 40 to 50, this is class interval, means weight between 40 to 50. This is nothing but class interval. So means try to understand what exactly class intervals are. So class intervals are whole range of variable values classified in subgroups. So means range of weight classified under group 40 to 50. That is called as interval. That each interval is called as class interval. 40 to 50 is one class interval. 50 to 60 is another class interval. So that constitute class interval. Class limits. So class limits are two endpoints of a class interval which are used for the construction of frequency distribution. The lowest value of the variable that can be included in class interval is called as lower class limit. The highest value of the variable that can be included in the class interval is called as upper class limit of that class interval. There are not the real limits or endpoints of a class interval. Hence class limits are called apparent limits of a class. Try to understand. We discussed what is class interval. When you classify data on the basis of some variable which can be measured, so that is called as frequency distribution. So when you go for frequency distribution, you should aware of certain concept. What are all that? First one is class interval. What is class interval? The whole range of variable value is classified into subgroups in the form of interval, that each subgroup or each interval is called as class interval. See, when we classify data quantitatively, I had given you example particularly in second session, 40 to 50. We took weight from 40 to 100. These 40 to 100 are classified as subgroups known as intervals. What is that subgroups? 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. That each subgroup is called as what interval? Class interval. Did you get my point? So once you know class interval, you should aware of class limit. What are class limit? Class limits are two endpoints of class interval which are used for construction of frequency distribution. Two endpoints of class interval. Class limits are two endpoints. This is one class interval, 40 to 50. So what are the endpoints? Beginning point is 40, end point is 50. These two endpoints, endpoint at the extreme left, endpoint at the extreme right, 40 to 50. These two endpoints are known as, what is that? Class limits. So try to understand, the lowest value of variable that can be included in a class interval is called as lower class limit. The highest value of variable that can be included in a class interval is called as upper class limit. Lowest value of variable that can be included in a class interval is called as lower class limit. The highest value of variable that can be included in a class interval is known as upper class limit. So see, in this class interval 40 to 50, 40 is lower class limit, 50 is upper class limit. In this 90 is lower class limit, in this 100 is upper class limit. If you take 80 to 90, 80 is lower class limit and 90 is upper class limit. Did you get my point? This is what class limit. But these are not the real limits or endpoints of a class interval. Hence, class limits are called apparent limits of a class. They are not the end limit. They are not the endpoints or real limit. So that's why these limits are also called as apparent limit of a class. So class limits are defined as two boundaries of a class. Class limits are also defined as two boundaries of a class. 40 to 50 means there are two boundaries. One is lower boundary, the other one is upper boundary. The highest and lowest value of a class which can be represented by L1 and L2. L1 indicates lower class limit, L2 indicates upper class limit. So in case if you take 40 to 50 as class interval, 40 is lower class limit, 50 is upper class limit. Lower class limit symbolically called as L1, upper class limit symbolically called as symbolically referred as L2. So class frequency. Number of observation corresponding to a particular class is known as frequency of the class. Number of observation corresponding to a particular class interval is known as frequency. So there are how many students here? 50 students who belong to which class interval? 40 to 50 kgs class interval. So this 50 indicates frequency. This 200 indicates frequency, means there are 200 students whose weight is between 50 to 60. There are 300 students whose weight is between 60 to 70. This 40 to 50, 50 to 60 are class intervals. 40 is lower class limit, 50 is upper class limit. This 50 means number of students who are in this class interval 40 to 50. This 50 or this 200, this 300, this 100, this 30, 20, totally 700. This is total frequency. So this 50, 200, 300 indicates what? Frequency. Did you get my point? So what is frequency? Frequency is nothing but number of times each variable get repeated. So get repeated. For example, if there are 50 students having weight of 60 kgs, here 50 indicates the frequency. Or there are 80 students who are in class, there are 80 students who are having weight of 80 kgs. Assume that 80 students constitute frequency. So that is what frequency. So in frequency distribution, we discussed class interval, class limit, and even what? Class frequency. So let me see what is class width. So class width is nothing but the length of the class is called as class width. It is also known as class size. Try to understand. What is the length of a class? Is called as class width, or it is also known as class size. So class width is nothing but difference between upper class limit and lower class limit. So while framing class intervals, class width will be taken as a base. So class width is nothing but difference between upper class limit and lower class limit. So if you take this as an example, 1000 to 2000. See, upper class limit is 2000, lower class limit is 1000. 2000 minus 1000 is class width. So this 50 is frequency. Class frequency means number of observation corresponding to a particular class is known as frequency of that class. So this is class frequency, this is class interval, 1000 is lower limit, class limit, 2000 is upper class limit. So 2000 minus 1000 is class width. What is mid value of class interval? The central point of a class interval is called as mid value or midpoint of that class, which is obtained by using the following formula. Mid value of a class is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Otherwise, lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. So that indicates mid value. So what is the lower class limit? 1000. What is upper class limit? 2000. 1000 plus 2000, 3000 divided by 2, 1500 is mid value of class interval. Means the central point of a class interval is called as mid value. So we discussed in detail what exactly is variable. Variable is nothing but characteristics that varies in magnitude or quantity. So there are two types of variable, discrete variable and continuous variable. If variable takes certain specific value, that is called as discrete variable. If variable take any numerical value within a specific class interval, then that is called as continuous variable. So even we discussed frequency. Frequency refers to number of times each variable get repeated. That constitute frequency. So what is frequency distribution? It refers to classifying the collected data on the basis of some variable that can be measured is known as frequency distribution. Means it talks about quantitative classification of data, not qualitative. So when we when we classify data based on some variable which can be measured is known as frequency distribution. In frequency distribution, we should understand certain important terms. What are all such terms? First one is class intervals. Class interval is nothing but whole range of variable values which are classified in some groups in the form of interval. That each group is called as class interval. Class limits are two endpoints of a class interval. So there are two class limits. One is lower class limit, the other one is upper class limit. Class frequency is nothing but number of observation corresponding to a particular class is known as class frequency. Means how many students are there who belongs to weight of 50 to 60 kgs. So that indicates class frequency. Class width is nothing but length of the class is known as class width, which can be calculated by deducting lower class limit from upper class limit. So upper class limit minus lower class limit is equal to class width. What is the mid value? The central point of class interval is called as mid value or midpoint of that class, which is obtained by using the formula lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2, or you can use upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2, whichever be the way you will arrive at the mid value. So this is all about important aspects associated with frequency distribution. So we'll discuss other important aspects particularly with regard to this frequency distribution in next class or next session. Thank you. Take care.